Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ocean County School Counselors Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the presenters cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that's happening this evening, so be sure to sign up for additional ones at the same website where you registered for this one. And it's also on that website, strivescan.com/OCSCA, where recordings of this presentation and all other presentations will be posted in about a week's time. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we'll get started this evening with Johnson & Wales University.
Hi, thanks everybody for joining us. My name is Valerie Smith with Johnson & Wales. And sorry, give me 1 second here to share my screen with you. Okay. So at Johnson & Wales University, one of the things that you can definitely count on is hands-on learning. From day one freshman year, any major that you pursue at Johnson & Wales has a learning lab component associated with it. So anything from our fashion, merchandising, and retailing majors to our finance students, of course, all of the science majors that we offer. The kitchen would be your lab component for all things culinary or baking and pastry. Also, our culinary nutrition and culinary science majors would be in those labs as well. So that's what you're seeing reflected here. The lower right is a wine lab, for example. But we believe that that's the best way for students to learn. You're also going to experience small class sizes. Now, of course, like everywhere, we've had to adjust this somewhat for COVID this year, but we have been open the entire academic year, and we have had students living in our dorms all year. They have been singles for the dorms rather than the traditional, what would normally be a triple or a quad for a freshman, but we have been very successful so far this year. 18:1 is the faculty to student ratio. So again, smaller size classes. You'll really get to know your teachers well. They'll be your mentors as well as industry experts helping you along the way. And you'll again jump right into your major day one freshman year. There would be no need to wait until junior year to start getting excited about the major you wanted to pursue. We have 2 campus locations, Providence, Rhode Island, which we call our flagship campus, and also Charlotte, North Carolina. When you apply, you would only apply once. So if you were undecided as to which campus, you could always change your mind at any time. We offer over 80 majors. Many people know us for our College of Food Innovation and Technology. So we do have a stellar reputation if becoming a chef is something that's on your radar. But in addition, we also have a College of Arts and Sciences, which includes majors such as psychology with an accelerated master's program, pre-vet majors, pre-med in bio or health science, and so on. We also offer a College of Engineering and Design with many majors, a College of Health and Wellness, as well as a College of Business and a College of Hospitality Management. So four colleges altogether. So over 80 majors, a lot for you to explore, kind of something for everyone. And again, much flexibility within the university. You will be doing an internship sophomore as well as senior year. Those are required. However, study abroad is optional, highly encouraged. And it does look a little different this year, obviously, due to travel restrictions from COVID. But we're hopeful for next academic year that will look a little more close to normal. Over 150 clubs and organizations to get involved in, including Greek life. So sororities and fraternities are options. Some of them you may recognize from your participation in high school. Things like DECA would be something that many high school students are involved in, such as ProStart, TSA, HOSA, and things like that. And we also offer scholarships for your involvement in those organizations. In terms of residential life or living in our campus dorms, 3 things that you might be excited to hear about. Yes, you can have a car on campus all 4 years. We do also offer pet-friendly dorm options, as well as co-ed dorm rooms as an option as well. And that's exactly what it sounds like it is. Even though this year, like I said, they were all singles due to COVID restrictions. These are the student organizations, again, where we offer scholarships. So If you see any that you're involved in, again, know that we are strong supporters of students who were involved in those in high school, even if you choose not to continue your involvement in college. For athletics, recruitment really begins with our coaches spring of your junior year of high school. These are the teams that we offer, and beside them, you will see indicators of the campus that offers that team. Okay. In terms of affording education at Johnson & Wales or really anywhere, you need to look at several resources. So it begins with FAFSA to start the financial aid process. We do offer merit as well as need-based grants and scholarships. We're really good at helping you explore outside options or where to look. And that money from outside resources can be used at the school of your choice. All right. And some of our students, again, are awarded work study options as well. We welcome you to visit this year, especially again, because of COVID, we've really bolstered our virtual offerings. So again, freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, wherever you are in your high school career, there's plenty there for everyone. We do welcome you to live campus visits. There are some restrictions in place shown on our website if you're interested in visiting us, but we are welcoming you at this time. It is free to apply to Johnson & Wales University. We require your application and your transcript, and we are a test optional school. We also have an honors program for students that meet particular criteria. This is our contact information, how to stay in touch with us. So feel free to text the word Wildcats to 75192, or you could also just hold your camera up to that QR code. No need for the app. Just hold your camera up like you're gonna hold a picture. You don't even have to snap the pic. You'll see a bar show up on your phone, and then you can just tap that bar and enter your information that way. So in our short visit tonight, I hope this was helpful to you. And if you'd like to know more, certainly visit our website at jwu.edu or contact us, and we'll be happy to help any way that we can. Best of luck to all of you in your college search, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Great, thank you so much. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Juniata College.
Hello, everyone. Let me just get my, oh yes. Ah, that nice large green button. Here we go. Can everyone see that okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, excellent. Oh, come on. How do I get the, I feel like my mom learned to use her iPhone for the first time. Oh, here we go. There we go. Hi, everyone. Sorry for that. My name is Kat Swantek. I'm Assistant Dean of Admission at Juniata College. I'd love to give you a little overview of who we are today. Today's going to be information overload. So I just kind of want to run through the basics with you. So Juniata College is a small liberal arts college located in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania, approximately 4.5 hours away from Ocean County. Even though we are a Pennsylvania college, we have students from 39 different countries and 37 different states. And of those countries, every single continent is included except for Antarctica, which would be very interesting if I could say that. 30% of our student body identifies as Malana, which stands for Multicultural African American, Latinx, Asian American, Native American, or Alaska Pacific Islander, or they are international students. Like a lot of my colleagues will say today, we very much value the small classroom experience and relationships with students and faculty. Our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. Our average class size right now is 18. On our campus, we don't have Greek life, so no sororities or fraternities, but we do have over 115 clubs and organizations. So if you forget everything I say today, which is totally fine, I hope you take away 2 things. So at Juniata College, we don't have majors. We have something that's called the Program of Emphasis instead, POE. And a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Kat, what's the difference between a POE and a major? I like to explain it this way. So maybe you go to college and you say, hey, I want to major in biology. they'll say, okay, here is your list of requirements. You take this one this year, this one that year, pick from these electives, bing, bang, boom, you're all set with your biology major. And that's great. The structure is really important, but the way we approach it is we want to take that structure and spin it on its head a little bit. So when you come to Juniata and you say, hey, I want to do a POE in bio, the first thing that we're going to do is ask why. What has you excited about biology? Do you want to go to med school? Are you interested in, like neuroscience, or maybe even, environmental research? That really runs the gamut. There are a lot of different ways to apply that academic experience. So with a POE, think of it like scaffolding. So you have lists of requirements, and then you have all these blank spaces. And in those blank spaces, you fill in courses with your 2 advisors that will fit to tailor your education to the education that you want and need. So here's the second thing. Every student at Juniata has 2 advisors, not 1, 2. So that's double the support, double the guidance. You have 2 professionals, faculty members with PhDs that are there to help you select those courses that fill in the blanks. So you're not doing that alone. So those are the 2 major things: 2 advisor system and the program of emphasis. And like my colleague from JWU said, we're also all about hands-on learning. About 50% of our students study abroad, which is really great. And when you study abroad at Juniata, all of your financial aid stays with you. Like it costs exactly the same to study abroad as it does to be a Juniata student. So let's go over some deadline stuff a little quickly. So of course, these things like to change from year to year. But at Juniata, we like to make applying really easy and as stress-free as possible, because we all know every year it gets a little bit more complicated. So we have our early decision deadline, which is November 15. And we also have 2 early action deadlines. The first one is December 1st. The second one is January 15. And then, of course, we have our regular decision deadline, which is October 1st. We also use both the common application and the coalition application. So whichever one you want to use to submit your app to Juniata, go for it. That's great. And there are 3 really awesome things about applying to Juniata 2. 1, it's a free application, so there is no fee to submit your app. 2, we're test optional, and we're really proud to say we've been test optional for over 20 years now. So that's really exciting. If you feel like your test scores don't accurately represent who you are academically, that's totally fine. And also, we don't have a supplement. So there are no extra materials like essays that you need to submit to us in order to be considered for admission. We also use the FAFSA for need-based aid. You can see the FAFSA code right down there. And we also offer generous merit scholarships. This year for our class, they range from $17,000 to $32,000. So, and whatever merit scholarship you are awarded, it is guaranteed every year for 4 years. So that's a great comfort knowing that that's not going to go anywhere. You did the hard work in high school, you should reap the benefits of that while you're in college. And also, just by applying, you're applying for those merit scholarships. So there's no external application outside of the FAFSA to be considered for those. So I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my spiel today. Remember, POE, design your own major, 2 advisor system, small liberal arts college, Pennsylvania. And I am the admission counselor for New Jersey. So I would be working with you. This is my contact information if you just want to take note of that. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you so much, Kat. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from Kean University.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Christina Vasquez, and I am the Associate Director for Kean Ocean Admissions. So I do work for Kean University. Kean University is one of the state institutions in New Jersey. We have multiple locations. Our main campus is in Union, New Jersey. And then we have a satellite branch in Jefferson Township, which is called Skylands, that's in North Jersey. And then we also have a branch on Ocean County College's campus called Kean Ocean. And that's where myself and my colleague who is here here tonight, Richard Harrell. We work out of our Kean Ocean campus, and so we're here talking to our Ocean County folk. We just want to show you a quick little video that we think wraps up some of the highlights about Kean, and then I will give you some other facts. I guess our sound isn't working. Aha. Awesome. So like I said, we do have multiple locations, and in that video you may have seen Wenzhou Kean, which is our campus in Wenzhou, China. It is a fully English speaking campus in Wenzhou, China, and that is an opportunity for all of our US students to study for up to a year in China. It is not mandatory, of course, but it is an option that our students are afforded. It is primarily for the Chinese students to get a Western style education and for us to be able to study abroad as well. There are lots of other options for study abroad. So we have about 30 different nations that we partner with. The difference with Wenzhou Kean is that the tuition costs are exactly the same because it is Kean University, and the classes are all taught in English. So there is no language barrier there, but you get the full cultural experience. And of course, since, due to the pandemic, these things are subject to change right now, but that is our campus in Wenzhou, China. We have bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs at Kean University. We have over 90 different degree options that we offer. You guys saw some of the labs that we have. So we have things in the STEM fields. We have graphic design, interior design, architecture, performing arts, visual arts, things in math, science, English. We are best known for education because we graduate the most teachers in New Jersey every year. So we are largely known for our education program as well. At the Kean Ocean campus, that's an opportunity for you to receive your 4-year degree without having to travel up to Union. And there are close to 40 different major options that we offer at our Ocean campus. So that's an opportunity for you folks to not have to commute. However, we do have on-campus housing. So if you're interested in the 4-year college experience, then you could certainly live on campus, travel up to Union. We have a train station right on campus that will take you into New York City. So that opens up a lot of opportunities for fun, enjoyment, but also for internships. All of our majors do offer internship opportunities. It is required for many of them, but all of them do do have internship opportunities. So having that train station on campus is super convenient way to travel in and out of New York City. We're only about 30 minutes outside of New York City on our Union campus. And like I said, we do have on-campus housing. We have 150 student groups, 30 fraternities and sororities, lots to do on campus, Division III athletics. I hope that you guys will come visit us and check it out, experience it. You can sign up for one of our virtual open houses or for one of our in-person events. We do have some limited in-person events taking place right now at kean.edu/visit. To apply is at apply.kean.edu. If you have any questions, there's the email addresses, and then an application fee waiver code so that you do not have to pay the application fee. And I hope to see you guys on campus soon. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Our next presentation this evening comes to us from LaSalle University.
Great, thank you. Let me share. All right, so welcome. Thank you so much for everyone for attending. My name is Kaylee Unger. I'm one of the assistant directors at LaSalle University. So just a little bit about LaSalle, if you're not familiar, we are a small private university in the great city of Philadelphia. We're more in the Northwest area, but we do have only transportation. That's about a 10-minute walk from campus. That'll take you directly to Center City or South Philly itself. Our campus itself is about 133 acres, so that's about 16 tennis courts to make up 1 acre. And we are a Catholic university. You do not need to practice Catholicism to attend university, but we do have Christian Brothers on campus, and really their mission is just to educate anyone that wants to learn. So LaSalle at a glance, 100% of our classes are all faculty taught. Most of them are still working within the field, so they are really great resources. Like I said, we are a small university, about 3,000 students in our undergrad, and then our class sizes are about 22 students. So even your own class itself, so our graduating class of 2021, most of the students only have 22 students in their class, or even sizes down to about 9. We have an opportunity for everyone on campus, about 120 organizations and a little bit more, whether it's intramural, club sports, Greek life, different hobby related, as well as major related. So we are going to be celebrating 158 years of experience this year. If you're interested in playing an athletic sport, we are Division I. We have 18 different athletic teams. We also have over 42 undergraduate majors. So there's something for everyone. Even if you are undecided, please visit campus and explore the different options that we have available. So we break ourselves down into 3 different schools. So we have our School of Nursing and Health Sciences, which nursing is one of our most popular programs on campus. CSD and nursing, there are specific criteria in order to be admitted into those programs. So work with me, your counselor, in order to kind of learn more about that process. I'll put my information in the chat after this. But we do have different 4- and 5-year programs. So you would essentially be earning your graduate degree, your master's degree within a 5-year time span versus 6 years. We also have our School of Business. So we do have a really great business scholars co-op program. Again, 4- and 5-year programs, and this is all that's hosted in our School of Business. And last but not least, we have our School of Arts and Sciences, which is going to be our largest college. And if you have more questions about any of the programs, it is all listed online. So we do have academic support programs and services available to our students, such as tutoring, writing workshops. We also have a career center located on campus. And again, it is all free to our students, so definitely take advantage. Residence life at LaSalle, you are required to live on campus for at least 3 years, unless you are commuting from your parent and or guardian's home. But most students actually are living on campus for all 4 years, and you are guaranteed 4 years of housing. We have residence hall doubles, apartments, townhouses. We actually have a fully pet-friendly residence hall where students are able to bring dogs if you're able to convince your parents. We have 2 different meal plans. We have our Explorer 15, so 15 meals a week, or we have an unlimited meal plan option as well. So a little bit about the admission process. We are rolling admissions, always accepting applications. So you can apply to us 3 different ways. We have our LaSalle web application. We're a part of the common application, and we also are a part of the coalition application. There is no fee to apply, so you don't need to worry about that. We are looking for an application essay or a personal statement, really anything you want me to know about you, why you're looking to attend LaSalle, why you're looking to go into the program you are interested in. As well as your official high school transcript that your guidance counselor will send over, and 2 letters of recommendation, and we are fully test optional. Every student will be awarded a founder scholarship, which is going to be merit-based, so off of your GPA and your test scores if you choose to submit. We also have 2 that you can apply for, Community Service and Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers, we only select about 25 students each year, but it is a 4 full year full tuition scholarship for the full 4 years. Athletic scholarship, so if you are a part of any of our athletic teams, you will be awarded an athletic scholarship. If you have mom or dad, grandparents that have attended LaSalle, you will be automatically awarded $1,000. So that's all that I have. If you have any questions, feel free to please put them in the chat, and I will also be putting my contact information, but thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. And just a reminder to all of our viewers that the Q&A widget is enabled. So if you have questions specific for any presenters or broader ones for all of our panelists, they'd be more than happy to answer them. Our next presentation tonight comes to us from LIM College.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm sharing my screen. Perfect. Okay, I'm hoping and assuming you guys can all see my screen. A quick introduction, my name is Kara Schilder. I'm an admissions counselor here at LIM College. I am the New Jersey admissions counselor, so I will be all of your admissions counselors. That is me. Quick intro to LIM. We are a privately owned, family-operated college in Midtown Manhattan that focuses on the business side of the fashion industry. So there are many fashion colleges in New York City. However, if you're really looking to go into that business side of the fashion industry, LIM is a great choice for you. Sometimes high school students don't necessarily know, what fits into the business side of the fashion industry. They think it's mostly design and drawing. I'm here to tell you a few of the opportunities that come with the business side. So looking at LIM College at a glance, we do have about 1,400 students on our campus in our undergraduate program. It is a relatively small campus because we are such a niche institution. The smaller student body allows for us to have that 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. All of our faculty and staff has either worked in the industry prior to teaching at LIM or while teaching at LIM. So another benefit of going to school in New York City is that not only can you take advantage of the professional opportunities that come with working in the heart of the fashion industry, but your professors are too. They're all industry leaders themselves, or they have been in the past. So you'll hear me say it once, you'll hear me say it a few times. Fashion is so global, and we're really proud of our very diverse student body. We're proud to represent about 40 states represented on our campus and 28 international countries. So just some things to study here at LIM. As promised, I wanted to go through a little bit of what really entails, or what that business side of the fashion industry really entails, starting with fashion merchandising, since it is the most popular and most versatile major. It's really dealing with everything from after the designer creates that piece of apparel or creates the product itself, all the way from wholesale, retail, buying, planning, until it gets into the consumer's hand. Oftentimes I see styling falling under fashion merchandising as well. Next is our visual studies class, and that is actually our most creative major. This slide here is actually from a visual studies class. You'll be doing a lot of your work in the studio, working hands-on, working with space and colors and different expo installations. I always trip up on that word. Marketing is a little bit self-explanatory, but kind of gearing it toward the fashion industry. It's really all about branding yourself, branding a company, trying to figure out really who your target audience is and how to reach them. For instance, if I were speaking to you guys, I might send you a TikTok. However, if I were speaking to one of your parents, I may send them a more formally worded email. What is my message and how do I get them to listen? The management program, it's again a little self-explanatory. It's kind of for my students who want to be the boss. So whether that's the boss of your company or whether that's the boss of a larger company such as Coach or Gucci, that would fall under the management major. It's a lot about learning about that office hierarchy from the ground up, learning how to effectively lead a team. International business, people usually see and decide that, I want to go international, so I'm going to take international business. Again, fashion is so global, you can really study abroad or intern abroad with any of our majors. International business specifically deals with a little bit more of imports and exports, kind of navigating those international waters and learning the different customs and cultures and business law per country and continent. Fashion media is our newest and most rapidly growing major. It really works a lot with the media in both a digital and print landscape, working with fashion journalism, photography, filmography, graphic design, if those are things that interest you, as well as magazine layouts. They're even playing around with virtual reality right now, which really gives you a little bit of an insight into how up to date our curriculum really is. You're learning about what's happening in the industry while it's happening in the industry. We are a really transfer friendly campus, and the business of fashion is specifically a transfer major, where if you're maybe not ready to commit to a four-year institution for financial, academic, or personal reasons, we will accept a associate's degree from any other institution and put you on track for a bachelor's degree here at LIM. We do also offer 2 associate's degrees by ways of fashion merchandising and fashion merchandising and management. However, truly all of our degrees have that business background. So if in 30 years you kind of fall out of love with the fashion industry, you have that business background that's transferable through so many different industries. If you thought it was really interesting, a couple different majors that I was talking about, unfortunately, you can't double major here because there's just not any time with our internship program. However, you can minor in any of our majors. I've also added some of our more popular minors to this slide, such as beauty, sustainability, event planning, fashion styling is our most popular minor. I recently learned that Beyonce's stylist actually went to LIM and she was a fashion merchandising major with a fashion styling concentration. So if celebrity styling is something that you're interested in, absolutely can happen here at LIM. We do also offer a few liberal arts minors to just kind of round out that curriculum if it's something that you're interested in. We're really about kind of creating your own curriculum and figuring out where you want to be and how to get you there. As promised, wanted to touch on that internship program. We joke here that LIM's middle name is internship. We are really big on that experiential education aspect. We think that that hands-on learning holds a lot of value. So here you are required to take 3 internships. We will help you find them. They are built into your curriculum, so don't panic. And if you haven't had any professional experience thus far, don't worry. You actually have to go through an internship seminar, again, taught by one of our faculty and staff who has worked in the industry before. They've seen the best interns. They've seen the worst interns. Our goal is to help mold you into being that really great employee that employers are looking for. So you'll take your first internship during your freshman or sophomore year, second internship during your sophomore or junior, and your senior co-op will be your last and final semester before you graduate. Your senior co-op, you'll be working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, Monday through Thursday in the field of your choosing, and on Friday you will be a student. It's kind of that perfect hybrid between personal and professional while still using LIM's resources. We are really proud to say that 94% of our students from the class of 2020 were employed within 9 months of graduation. Keep in mind that is the class that graduated in the middle of a pandemic. How to apply to LIM, we are not on the common application, we're actually on our own application, so you'll have to go to limcollege.edu. We are test optional, we require all past transcripts, and we no longer require an essay, we only require short answers. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to put my contact information in the chat below. Feel free to reach out to me or LIM College or admissions@limcollege.edu for that fee waiver. Thank you so much for listening today and best of luck on your college search.
Great. Thank you so much, Kara. For our final presentation tonight, pleased to introduce Loyola University, Maryland.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining me today. My name is Zoe Derrickson. I come from Loyola University, Maryland. I am an admission counselor for the New Jersey region. So after this presentation, I'll put a link to my contact information as well as our view book. Loyola University, Maryland is a private Jesuit liberal arts university in Baltimore, Maryland. We are located on 81 acres of lush green trees, about 5 miles north of the Inner Harbor. So we really do offer the best of both worlds when it comes to our campus being distinct from the surrounding city, but provides access to internship, job opportunities, cultural experiences, and events. Baltimore and Washington are the 4th largest metropolitan area in the United States. So everything is pretty much a plane, train, or bus ride away. Baltimore truly is a college town in that there's 160,000 college students across the 13 different universities. Bringing it back down to Loyola, similar to Baltimore, it is super diverse in terms of student experiences, viewpoints, backgrounds. We do have 3,900 undergrad students from more than 40 different states, 40 countries, 6 continents. Only 18% of our students are from Maryland. If we look at the class of 2024, there were 1,000 students, 30% of them identified as students of color, 70% were out of state, and 18% were Pell eligible. We have 17 different residence halls. Approximately 98% of our first year students live on campus, 85% all 4 years. Sophomore year and up are all apartment style. So you get the whole 9 yards. When we talk about academics, we really talk about experience, accessibility, relationships, and outcomes. Those are going to be the very features that set you apart and give you that competitive edge. We do have an average class size of around 20 students and a student faculty to ratio of 12 to 1. 100% of classes are going to be taught by Loyola faculty members. We do offer 3 different pre-professional programs, including pre-health, pre-law, pre-med. In each of those programs, we beat the national acceptance rate by 25 to 35 points. In addition, we do have 35 different majors and 45 different minors. We encourage multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary studies. So that might be a double major, major and minor, major and 2 minors. When you're accepted into Loyola University, Maryland, you're accepted into every single major and minor. Some of our popular majors include biology, psychology, engineering, political science, anything within our business school, speech language hearing sciences, just to name a few. About 20% of our students are undecided. So we do have a core curriculum that you'll take in conjunction with your major. So it is not a prerequisite that you will follow down a path all 4 years. 80% of our students do participate in practicum, internship, or field experience beyond the classroom. We do have internships for credit. So 2 birds, 1 stone, where you're probably also going to get paid at the same time. 98% of our Loyola graduates are employed or within graduate school, professional school, or full-time service within 6 months of graduation. So that's a 98% success rate. And then part of just our educational philosophy, being a liberal arts university, is the importance of student life experiences, both professionally and socially. Loyola does have a vibrant and active student community. We have 18 different D1 teams that compete in the Patriot League, 25 club sports, 12 different intramurals, 40 outdoor adventure experience trips. So kayaking, whitewater river rafting, paddle boarding. And then we do have 200 different student organizations and 500 different activities and events per year. So always a good way to get involved either at a leadership level or a membership level. 2 out of our 3 students participate in some type of community service, whether that's one time, semester, or year long. And then few things enrich your college experience, like international experience, studying abroad. 60% of our students do study abroad. We have 60 different programs in over 20 different countries. Every single major is able to go abroad. So they usually go abroad their junior year for a single semester, but we do have full year, summer, and holiday tours available. So it's really up to you. You might take a little bit more core classes abroad, or you might take your actual upper level major abroad. Just to speak a little bit on Loyola's application process, we do have a Common App. We have early action and regular decision. Both are non-binding. So it's really up to you when you submit. A lot of students apply early action just because you're hearing back around Christmas time. Christmas time is a whole lot different than a mid-March or April timeframe, but there is no difference in terms of being a more competitive pool or not. You do have until May 1st to make your enrollment decision. So it's just based on timing. We are test optional. We have been for the last 10 years. About 30% of our students do apply test optional. This year, we're probably going to see a 60% number, but again, it's completely up to you. We do offer merit-based scholarships. Those this year ranged from $20,000 to $30,000. You're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. It's based primarily on your GPA, high school curriculum, any test scores if you decide to submit them. And then finally, we have need-based financial aid. So that is based off of your FAFSA, which outputs your expected family contribution, as well as your CSS profile. CSS profile is specific to private institutions and private funding. So we use both of those to compare your need and put your package together. Approximately 98% of our students receive financial aid. So that is a huge chunk. We encourage every single student to apply for financial aid, regardless if you think you're going to get it or not. So that is a huge part of your financial aid and as well as college decision in general. So we really highly encourage all students to apply for it. And then just to round it out with visit opportunities, we are doing on-campus tours. They are groups of 10, so you'll be led around by a current student and you can hear from their perspective, get to see our different residence halls, academic buildings, our dining facilities, as well as just get the experience of campus. All of our students are back and we are doing a hybrid method. So you'll get to hear from other students as you walk around campus. We also have virtual events and virtual experiences where you can hear from a finance professor or a biology professor about what that major looks like. That is one of our silver linings for COVID, is being able to give you all access to those experiences. But again, I'm just going to put my contact information in the chat so you all have it, but thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. At this point, we'll bring back all of our presenters as we have just a couple minutes remaining. So we'll do a kind of quick question of everyone, and we can go in the same order as our original presentations. So Johnson and Wales can lead us off. And just be curious, a question commonly asked in these types of sessions is, what is one kind of event or tradition that really helps your campus stand apart?
So I think the first thing that pops into my head is something called Ignite the Night. And it's the way that we welcome our freshman class to campus. It usually happens within the first week of the academic year. And then there is a similar type of event that happens senior year. So it's a really just a great way to get our students started off and welcome them to the Wildcat family. And as well, conversely, then senior year to kind of cheer them on as they graduate and move on from us and enter their new careers.
I would say for Juniata, we actually have over 12 traditions, so it's hard to pick one. But my favorite is Mountain Day. And it's kind of ironic because Mountain Day, our tradition, was started by a pandemic, by a smallpox outbreak. So way back then, our campus had a smallpox outbreak. And so that we had to we quarantined students that were, infected. And then we brought the healthy students out to our Lake Racetown, which is about a half an hour away, where they spent, their time. And so now Mountain Day is a secret day that no one knows about except for the president and the provost. And when it is Mountain Day, you get like an email blast, a text blast. People are running up and down the halls in the morning, like knocking on doors saying like, it's Mountain Day. And so on Mountain Day, all your classes are canceled, impromptu. That test you had that day, not that day, that essay due, And we bus the whole campus community up to the lake for a day of just like barbecue and like hanging out. And so we're a very tight-knit community. And I think that tradition really demonstrates that. So it's just a day for us to celebrate being together.
I think for us at Kean, one of my favorites is the Campus Awareness Festival that we do every year, that where all of the student groups, fraternities, sororities, all the activities, they come together and they all spread out throughout campus, and you get to get a sense of meet with the individuals from these groups, learn about them. If it's like the theater group, they will do short skits right on Cougar Walk. They'll have tables and almost like a festival setup where you can see and taste each different type of activity and group that we have on campus. There's usually a DJ playing, a barbecue outside. So it's a really fun and invigorating activity that we do, and hopefully we get to do it come the fall.
So at LaSalle University, one of our events, we have our multicultural office that puts together a week of international recognition. So Monday through Friday, a different culture will be recognized each of those days. The students will take over the entire quad, and it'll be full of music from that certain background, as well as food and different cultural traditions. So a lot of fun. And again, we hope to be able to have it this spring.
My favorite tradition probably at LIM College is our annual LIM College fashion show. It happens the night of Accepted Students Day every single year, and so all of our accepted students do get free tickets. All of our students get involved. The fashion merchandising students will be in charge of actually acquiring the looks and styling the students. The models are the students themselves. The marketing students are in charge of getting sponsors. So everybody kind of has their own role. Every year it's at an iconic New York City location. So like last year it was at the Hammerstein Ballroom. 2 years ago it was on the Intrepid at the Air and Space Museum. And we have a celebrity host every year, which is very cool. This year, actually, we're using a new technology so that each student is creating their own avatar to wear their style that they have got copyrights from the designer themselves. And you actually don't have to be an accepted student or buy a ticket this year. So if you want to join, feel free to log on to limcollege.edu, and all you have to do is type fashion show into the little search bar, and feel free to join us.
Awesome. My favorite tradition on campus is Loyola. Loyola is our springtime festival. It's free food and a DJ or a top performer. We've had T-Pain, Capital Cities, 21 Pilots. Those were while I was a current student, so just think of more recent people and they will be there. But it's really nice that it's a week before final start, so a good way to get together with friends as well as just bring faculty out because we are a really close-knit community.
Great. Thank you all so much for sharing those traditions with us, as well as your institutions overall. At the conclusion of this webinar, you'll be prompted with a brief 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you could provide. And also just a reminder that there are additional sessions happening later this evening, and all sessions are being recorded and will be available on the same website where you registered for this one in about a week's time. Thanks so much and have a great night.